First thing is the Pages panel. Let me just show you the way I like to have the Pages panel set up. I like to have my pages show horizontally like this. When InDesign comes out of the box untouched, all your pages are vertical, arranged around a spine. Nothing wrong with that, doesn't hurt anything. Takes up a lot of room on the screen though. I can cram a lot more little pages in a few square inches here by simply going to the menu here and saying View Pages and picking horizontally. Okay, and then that gets saved as part of your workspace up here when you save your workspace. But what I want to show you right now is if you go to the Pages panel menu and pick Panel Options, this is pretty obscure. You know, if I were to ask each of you when was the last time you visited this, I would guess none of you could remember because you haven't done it recently. It's pretty obscure. But what I like to do here is I like the parent pages to be set to extra small and to show those vertically. Whereas these page thumbnails I like to set at medium or bigger, depending on the size of my screen, and I like to show the thumbnails. And my thinking is that the stuff you would put on a master, you're not going to be able to see anyway. It's going to be little things like footers and stuff, so you're not going to be able to tell one master thumbnail from another by looking at it. So let's just make them extra small so you can cram a lot in there. And I like to show them vertically so that I can see the entire name of it. Otherwise the name kind of gets truncated sitting underneath the little page icon. So parent thumbnails extra small, show vertically. Actual pages medium or bigger, and I like to display the thumbnails for those. But that's just a personal preference thing, but that's the way I like to set it up. Now, naming master pages. Anytime you make a new master, you know, you get to give it a name. By default, it's just named Parent. And by the way, if you open up old InDesign files, which most of us do routinely, even though all the references to parent pages are now called parent, if you have a simple document with just one or two master pages that haven't been renamed, it's still going to say A master, B master, C master, because that's what they were named when the document was created, which is a little bit confusing, needless to say, you know. So you really should be taking a moment to name your masters anyway. They shouldn't be A parent, B parent, C parent. They should be something else, right? To name them, you just right click and you go to parent options, geez, isn't it? Parent options and type whatever you want in here for the name and whatever you want for the prefix. Now, it's a couple things you should know about that. The prefix can be up to 4 characters. Most people don't know that. So, I mean, for a simple document, A, B, C, D, E is fine. But if you're like setting up a template for maybe junior InDesign users who don't know everything you do, it might be worth trying to come up with a 4-letter abbreviation of what that master page is. So maybe like if there's a reference section, you'd call it REF, or table of contents could be TOC. You know, so the way that shows up, I'll name this TOC here. The way that shows up is, you know, in this first column here, you know, it's the stuff before the hyphen, and then when I apply that to a page, all 4 characters show up there, which is awesome. So, you know, in this case, it's pretty obvious that page 1 is a TOC page, right? So just taking a moment to think about what that first 1 to 4 characters might be can be useful. The other thing you might want to know is that the name itself can be up to, I have way too much time on my hands, so I tested this, up to 100 characters. So, you know, I've never used that. I usually just call them something like, you know, reference section or body page or, whatever makes sense to you, right? But 100 characters could be useful, like in this case here where I've got a parent called subsection. Okay, that's kind of self-explanatory enough maybe for whatever kind of document this is. But if you hover over it, it says use this when you need to break a section into smaller subsections because of length. I mean, you might be able to explain something that would make this easier for people to use, right? And, yes, you can open it up that far so you can read it, or you can just hover over it and read it. So again, probably only useful if you're setting up documents for other people, but could be really useful for that, right?
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel. And for thousands more how-to articles and tutorials, visit our website, creativepro.com, and become a member today. Thanks for learning with us.